In the end, Serbia rolled over, just like Neymar. The Balkans failed to send Brazil the way of Germany as they fell to strikes from Paulinho and Thiago Silva. Paulinho lifts the ball into the net to open the scoring for Brazil against Serbia. Paulinho takes the acclaim of Neymar after putting Brazil in control in their vital match against Serbia. Thiago Silva roars to the crowd after his header gave Brazil the comfort of a 2-goal lead, but the goal scorer's limelight was shared by the world's most expensive player, who once again frustrated with his unnecessary play acting. At one point Neymar incensed the Serbian dugout with his ludicrously theatrical rolling on the pitch, before he laughably clutched his face after being brought down by ex-Southampton man Dusan Tadic, who had only grabbed his shoulder. It served only to validate claims made by Fabio Capello, a man who got many things wrong as England manager, that Neymar is the king of simulation. Brazil fans celebrate Germany World Cup 2018. Exit fullback Marcelo looked in pain as he was forced to limp out of the action early on. Real Madrid star Marcelo was distraught as he suffered an injury which threatens his World Cup hopes. Serbia star Adem Ljajic was booked for this crude foul on Neymar as the Brazil star was targeted. Neymar came in for stick in the first half as Serbia attempted to negate his threat, and it made Brazil boss Tite's staunch defense of his star player's antics at his pre-match press conference, in which he called out Capello, "Look silly." But neither boss nor player will care after Brazil avoided the nightmare scenario of a possible first exit at the group stage since 1966. That may have sparked good omens for England, but in a day where arch-rivals Germany crashed out, we couldn't have everything, could we? The comfortably victory sets up a last 16 clash with Diamond Shaft Slayers Mexico in Samara, before a possible quarter-final with Gareth Southgate's men. Marcelo cries after injury sees him substituted early for Brazil in match against Serbia at World Cup 2018. From Russia with love, all the latest action, news, goals and gossip from the World Cup. Gary Neville, Slaven Bilic and Ian Wright give their thoughts on England rotation ahead of Belgium World Cup tie. Brazil and Serbia fans fight in the stands after Group E clash in Moscow. German flops in tears after crashing out of World Cup. In disgrace, Mesut Ozil clashes with furious Germany fans after they crash out of World Cup. Models don England and Belgium kits before our crunch World Cup match. How England players' wives and girlfriends went from sidelines to headlines. Labour MEP says he will be cheering on Belgium against England tonight. The front page headline of one Serbian newspaper yesterday read, "Miracles are possible. The one who dares to is the one who can." But sadly for that daily's readers, their national team rarely dared to anything in this game, so a miracle was never going to happen. Serbia did manage to hold off a rapid start by Brazil, who were hit the loss of Marcelo to a mystery injury on 10 minutes. It was unclear what was wrong with the Real Madrid fullback as he moaned to the referee, hobbled around for a bit and then was replaced by ex-Chelsea man Felipe Luis. Alexander Mitrovic was denied an equaliser when his diving header struck Thiago Silva with the goal at his mercy. Thiago Silva was in the right place to deny Serbia a leveller, then went up there other end to score to end their World Cup dreams. Gabriel Jesus then covered his face with embarrassment with his shirt after fluffing a decent chance after being set away by a superb Neymar chance. But you could tell Brazil, who have been in first gear for most of the tournament, were starting to tickle the accelerator. Yet there was still the first of Neymar's nonsense to come before Paulinho's clever opener as he was taken out by Adem Ljajic on the touchline. It was certainly a foul, but it did not constitute the ridiculously melodramatic number of rolls and grimaces that succeeded it from the PSG forward. It happened right in front of the Serbian dugout, and unsurprisingly their backroom staff and substitutes leapt off their seats in incredulous anger. Minutes later the breakthrough came, and there was nothing the Balkans could complain about it, barring perhaps some harsh criticism of their own defending. Paulinho made a stealthy run from deep past and latched on to Coutinho's lofted pass to coolly lift the ball over on-rushing keeper Vladimir Stojkovic and into the net. When Spurs flogged the midfielder to China in 2015, hands up those who thought he was finished at the elite level. Don't worry, it was all of us. But the 29-year-old has rammed the jibes and jokes about him from England down our throats when he moved to Barcelona last summer, and he certainly had the last laugh here. Neymar still managed to grab the limelight just before the break, but again for the wrong reasons. Thiago Silva leaps in front of his man to power home the second goal. The 26-year-old laughably writhed around, clutching his face after being brought down by Tadic, who had only grabbed his shoulder. After the break, Neymar had a chance to make up for his play acting with the second when set free by Coutinho in an electric counter-attack, but the striker could not beat Stojkovic. Serbia then had their best spell of the game, where they simply had to score, but crucially did not. Both key chances fell to Fulham Maloney Alexander Mitrovic, who had hit 18 goals in his last 26 games for club and country. Silva gives thanks for his goal, while Neymar congratulates him for easing the nerves of Brazil. His lethal form deserted him here though, as first he headed straight at Silva with the goal gaping when Alisson had tipped a cross into his path. And then when climbing above full-back Fagner at the far post, in one of the biggest aerial mismatches you will see at this tournament, Mitrovic headed straight at the keeper. The misses proved costly, as on 68 minutes, Silva struck and it was all over. Mitrovic went down under Miranda's challenge at the near post, freeing up the PSG defender to head home easily Neymar's corner. Brazil will have been relieved to have come through this potential banana skin unscathed, even if their star player still infuriatingly seems happy to slip up at every opportunity.